The question has been asked, what is reincarnation? So let us consider this word carefully, as in your concept of something that has travelled a path and is required back to travel again. But this is just not so. That which is the universe says that each facet of its energy passages only one time. There is no return passage again. It would be pointless. In fact, it would be utter chaos. There is one movement in a direction, not progress as you would consider it, just a movement in a direction, and no one part of that travel towards that direction is required twice. We consider a higher soul self that has its associated facets, that perhaps have been projected into incarnateness many times. Those in the outermost ring combine or merge according only to concomitant resonant frequencies. This is how what you would term progress actually happens. You may not have kindness, for example, merging with cruelty. Of course you would not. It just doesn't happen. These facets are purely instruments of travel, but even the instrument may not be used twice. So where then does the concept of reincarnation enter? Reincarnation is a functioning of the higher soul self, where it is required that facets or abilities fulfill as instruments, so that a specific function within a function within a function within the overall function of that particular soul is fulfilled. Then we see the next function burgeoning, but it does not use the precise tools or instruments because the previous function, of course, has been fulfilled. There may be a diminishing or an enhancing. Therefore, the precise tools are not used. What we do see, perhaps, are unused appurtenances or frequencies or that which the soul has not been able to reach to use. As function travels forward, and we are now looking at, shall we say, a large function, so we see the introduction that has been termed the merging of facets or abilities. So this is how progress actually works. There is no reincarnation in its accepted interpretation. It is much more involved than that. Consider that the soul is required to use these instruments in order to fulfill its own overall function and is using these tools. They do not reincarnate in any sense as they were previously. No part of any path is required to be travelled twice. No facet will re-travel a path which it has already covered as an instrument. It is better to consider the concept of facets as instruments for the interplay of forces in the projection from the higher soul self, which of course is the incarnate person.